In 2021, a group of researchers left OpenAI, not for more money, not for better titles. They left because they believed AI was genuinely dangerous, and that nobody was taking it seriously enough. They built Anthropic around a single conviction, that safety and capability don't have to be in conflict. Claude would be the most responsible AI at the frontier. That wasn't the marketing. That was the whole point of the company. In July 2025, the Pentagon awarded Anthropic a $200 million contract. The military wanted Claude in its systems. For a startup, that kind of deal is validation. It looked from the outside like a triumph. But buried in the terms was something Anthropic hadn't priced in. The Pentagon wanted unrestricted access. No limits on autonomous weapons systems, no guardrails on mass surveillance of American civilians. Just hand over the model and step aside. Anthropic refused. These weren't negotiating positions. They were contractual red lines the company had built into its identity. Claude could do many things. Targeting systems and domestic surveillance weren't on the list. The Pentagon's response, Anthropic was designated a supply chain risk. Those three words have a specific legal meaning. The U.S. government has used them before, for Huawei, for Chinese semiconductor manufacturers, for companies it considers tools of foreign adversaries. Never, until now, for an American AI company that simply said no. Let that land. The company founded because AI was too dangerous. The lab that built more safety infrastructure than anyone else at the frontier just became, in the eyes of its own government, a national security threat. Not for what it built, for what it refused to remove. There's a version of this where Anthropic made exactly the right call. By holding the line, they've carved a niche nobody else owns. The AI that hospitals, banks, European regulators, and compliance teams can actually trust. In a world increasingly nervous about what AI will do, that positioning could be worth far more than any defense contract. But there's another version. The Pentagon is the single largest technology buyer on Earth. Getting blacklisted doesn't lose one contract. It signals to every federal agency, every government partner, every defense-adjacent enterprise. Anthropic is unreliable. In that version, principles are a luxury a frontier AI company cannot afford to keep. This mechanism is not new. In the 1950s, the U.S. government built another kind of blacklist. Academics, journalists, screenwriters, anyone who held views the government found inconvenient was labeled disloyal, subversive, a risk. Careers were ended. Industries were reshaped. The designation changed. The playbook is identical. Here is what matters beyond Anthropic. Every AI company in America just watched this. They saw what a $200 million contract looks like. They saw what saying no looks like, and some of them will make a quiet decision. Remove the guardrails before anyone asks. Nobody blacklists a company that complies. The chilling effect is the real story. We may be watching AI permanently split into two ecosystems. One built for defense and intelligence, operating inside classified networks, without ethical constraints, beyond public oversight. One built for the rest of us, with limits, with accountability, with the appearance of safety. The question nobody is asking yet, what happens when those two worlds need to talk to each other? OpenAI said yes. They have the classified contracts, the military revenue, the access. Anthropic said no. They have the principles, the court injunction, and whatever the moral high ground is worth. Fast forward 5 years. One of these strategies will look obviously correct. The other will look like a mistake. We do not yet know which is which. Anthropic built the most safety-focused AI at the frontier. Then its own government called it a national security threat. Whether that makes Anthropic principled or naive, whether safety is a long-term advantage or a self-imposed handicap, is the defining business question of this moment in AI. And nobody, not even Anthropic, has the answer yet. Follow under the prompt for daily AI news.